Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Martinsville Speedway for the 8th race of the NAMAR Mountain Dew Code Red Series Season 3. I didn't even realize it until just now, but both the Hunt Brothers Pizza cars won their respective heat races. Gardner won the coin toss for the second week in a row. Ford has now started on the pole 4 weeks straight. Andrew Rich will start second, so it's a Ford and a Chevy Hunt Brothers Pizza cars on the front row. What a thing. Hopefully we'll see this again sometime later in the season. Row 2, Dillon Young and Hunter Braxton. Row 3 is Sky Commons and Alan Cavanero. Cavanero showed some good speed in his heat race. Hopefully he and his teammates can show some more of that speed here in the main. Row 4's Ryan Brommer and Adam Flickinger, who almost didn't make this race. He got spun out in his heat race, but he rallied back, and made it in. And in row 5 is James Ellison and Dale Lightning. Several drivers missing this race, of course. Next week we head to Richmond. And just looking at the point standings once again, 20 drivers, top 20 in the standings, and in order they are Dillon Young, Andrew Rich, Matthew Logan, Hunter Braxton, Eli Bright, Cement Oskin, Nico Tringali, RJ Bishop, Sky Commons, Ryan Brommer, Quinton Moore, Dale Lightning, Jonathan Zorlin, James Ellison, Enzo Nareza, Seth Cole, Audra Baran-Oscus, Colt Hudson, Bobo Jones, and Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Hudson missed out today.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
And we'll see how far Hudson drops in the points because of that. Second missed race of the year for the 38 car. Is today the day Ford finally gets in the victory lane, or perhaps maybe Toyota? So we got a lot of stacking up here from the grid. This track is known to give us some chaos. Here we go, 100 laps of caution-free action at Martinsville. Who ends up in victory lane today? Green, green, green at Martinsville. Gardner with a strong start. Dillon Young to the inside of Rich. Young has already won 2 races on the season. Could he get win number 3 today as Ellison gets turned? Edwin Mendez, Cole Deaver, oh man, they're flipping. Furthermore, Arts is involved. Cole Deaver's flipping. Sorlin is in this pile. Deaver's on his roof, and the track is blocked. And they are still sitting here. And they are just getting going now. Oh, this is going to be crazy. Gardner's going into the corner here. Oh man, that was insane. Dillon Young now with the lap car, Brian Tremblay to his inside. Sky Commons looking for third from Andrew Rich. And this has put the leaders in lap traffic early on. And Young's gonna lose maybe second place here because of Brian Tremblay. Eli Bright's heading down pit road with damage. A lot of good race cars were involved in that incident. Lucas Catano coming back out on the track without a hood. And this will slide Gardner up the racetrack. Sky Commons has made it into second. Brommer third, someone else got spun out. Tremblay a lap down, peaking under the 98. The 3's on the grass. Oh, Donovan Cage, and Gardner makes contact. Andrew Rich, Cavagnero, Oskin. Oh, they're still piling in. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. Corey Riggs So many cars with damage. Oh, they're still stopping. Oh, Benjamin Ice! Right into Seth Cole. Oh, Matthew Logan slowing down. Everyone's trying to get out of the way. Dale Lightning doesn't know where to go. My goodness. More disaster. Commons has fallen to 11th with his damage. Put him back into 10th. Ryan Brommer's got a 2.5 lead. It's Gardner's on pit road. Pretty much everybody's got damage after that. That was insane. Fitzwater's in 5th, looking for 4th from Adam Flickinger. Matthew Logan in 3rd. Nareza 2nd, Brommer 1st. Man, oh man. And Ellison, look at Ellison out here with all this damage. Running in 15th place. There's Nareza trying to close in on Brommer. Let's take a look at the casualties so far. Wow, what a retiree list we have here. RJ Bishop, Edwin Mendez, Cole Deaver, Frodemar, Aunts, Donovan Cage, Benjamin Ice, Seth Cole, Quinton Moore, Cole Baker. All out of the race. Corey Riggs currently 4 laps down. We're only 10 laps in, gentlemen. We're going to wait and see if this list updates. Is Riggs still on pit road? Yes, he is. Zoe Fernandez, Joshua Sekuli, Nico Tringali, Samit Oskin, Alan Cavanero, and Johnny Gardner are all done. Continuing with their damage, Jackson King, and looks like Riggs will continue. Jackson King, Jesse Turner, Andrew Rich, Eli Bright, Lucas Catano, Casey Nanaka, Martin Wild, Bobo Jones, Brian Tremblay, and James Ellison all 1 lap down. Benny Watson currently right here in front of the leader, as is Peter Onjak. That would leave us with 12 drivers on the lead lap. And the rest is slowly closing in on Brommer. So this race turned into mayhem a lot faster than expected. And this produced more retirees than Bristol Dirt. This has really opened up the race, though. We didn't even have a chance to see who the dominating driver was. And Brommer has been thrust into the lead. Nareza closes in slowly. He's got it under a second now. Meanwhile, Matthew Logan in 3rd is a whole 5.2 seconds back. Brommer clears the nest of lap cars. Nareza will have to work through the same. Just man, oh man, oh man. Okay, Nareza has the fastest time on the track. As we mentioned, a lot of drivers never got a chance to run one. As Benny Watson getting in the way. Just about got himself dumped. Nareza's saying, hey man, I'm trying to get that lead. Get out of my way. You can just see how much faster he is than the 36. Look, he just threw it through the first part of the corner and he just cleared him just like that. So 1 more car remains right now for Nareza. And how about the finishes some of these underfunded teams are going to get here today? Fitzwater's in 5th. Daniel Voiles is running in 11th. Onjak 13th. Watson 14th. Tremblay 15th. Martin Wild in 18th has not had the best of seasons. Lucas Catano 20th. So some great finishes for those teams that aren't usually inside the top 20. We're only 20 laps in. We're going to take a step aside, believe it or not, as everything has seemingly calmed down, and we'll be back with more racing here at Martinsville. Your top 5: Ryan Brommer, Enzo Nareza, Matthew Logan, Adam Flickinger, and Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Welcome back to Martinsville. Nareza not having a good time. He has lost a ton of time. You can see that lead for Brommer is up to 3 seconds now. As Watson puts pressure on the 20 of Nareza, he's got these lap cars in front of him to deal with, especially Corey Riggs, very slow on the track. Luis Catano actually making it by the 20. So all the cars the 20 had passed is just passing him back now. And he is losing so much time to Ryan Brommer. Let's go back up to the race leader. Here he is right behind the 12 of Casey Nanaka, who runs in 19th place. 25 drivers on the track. As we are most likely 20 to 24 laps away from the one round of pit stops. Brommer made it through the disaster that was the first 10 laps, and he has pulled away now, 4-second lead. Fitzwater up to 3rd. Man, what a run for him. That team almost didn't make this race. Many of you saw the heats. No, Fitzwater was so close to missing this race. Dale Lightning's up to 4th, Adam Flickinger in 5th, Matthew Logan down to 6th, Baranowski 7th, Dillon Young 8th, Braxton's 9th, and Commons is 10th. So the event I was talking about, I think, back at Memphis is now currently occurring, which is all 3 Richard Childress Racing cars are running in the top 10. Brommer in the lead, Baranowski in 7th, and Young in 8th. With the misfortune of Andrew Rich, who's running 22nd with a good finish, Dillon Young can gain even more on his current points lead of 47 points. Brommer, who dominated at Memphis, is looking for what would be his 2nd win of the season, and he would join teammate Dillon Young in that achievement. Now, there are 33 regular season events. You have to be top 30 in the points with a win. Now, even though theoretically Brommer could miss a ton of races in a row, drop all the way down to in the points, same with Dillon Young, 2 wins is a 99% sure thing as long as you're top 30 in the standings. Because since there's only 33 race weekends, well, there's 34 races technically, because Hugo is a doubleheader weekend, and oh, Brommer just blew up! Ryan Brommer just blew up from the lead. This happened to Andrew Rich at Nashville. No one's gonna run over the 3, but that just changed the complexity of the race. And for the first time this season, Toyota leads in the form of Enzo Nareza, who, by the way, sits 15th in points without a single top 10 on the season. And it looks like they're going to fix whatever's wrong with the 3. That is a tough break for Brommer, who was well on his way to victory. And now Nareza leads the field. Back to the point I was making. There's 33 race weekend tracks, 34 races in total due to the doubleheader at Puco, which I'm continuing to botch. I gotta look up the actual enunciation again because I forgot it already. But you can have a max of 17 two-time winners. So if you have 17 two-time winners, that's 17 of the 20 car field. So you win 2 races, you've you've essentially locked yourself in because you're going to take all the tiebreakers from people with one win. So Dillon Young's already in that. It looked like Brommer was going to be in it as well. But a camshaft failure, so it looks like they were going to try and fix it, but they couldn't. And Ryan Brommer will finish in 25th place. So that changes the outlook of this race because now it's Nereza in the lead. And Zachary Fitzwater Sr.'s in second. Dale Lightning third, Flickinger fourth, and Logan fifth. So the top five, heck, the top seven are all drivers who have yet to win this year. Baran-Oscus and Commons, 6th and 7th place. Braxton's the first one up in 8th. He won all the way back at Rockingham. And then two-time winner on the year, Dillon Young, sits 9th. Zorlin in 10th is the highest Ford driver. And there's James Ellison in the 11, about to go 2 laps down. He has still not come to pit road for that damage. I don't even know if he'll continue when he chooses to pit. That thing is banged up. So that moves some more drivers up the running order. How about Peter Onjak running in 12th, Voiles 11th, Watson 13th, Tremblay 14th. Those 4 drivers right there, man. What runs for them? Martin Wild in 16th. As Nereza now closes in on Voiles. That would leave 10 drivers on the lead lap. And there's still a lot of racing left to go. We thought back in the NRSL Mountain Dew for the Win Cup Series that Nate Rogers clearly had a win in the bag, and then at lap 100 something of 150, I think it was, problems arose and he ended up retiring from the race, or he finished terribly, that's for sure. Meanwhile, Nereza with a huge lead. There's a huge battle going on for second. As you can see, Dale Lightning taking the position away from Fitzwater. Adam Flickinger right on his tail will take away third as well. And now Lightning has won a heat race, but he has not won a race yet this season as far as main races go. You know, this was one of the wild card races. I knew this could get wild. Not this wild. But Toyota is looking pretty good so far. We're going to keep with you for now. We're waiting for those green flag pit stops to occur. Nereza has the fastest time on the board, but we'll see if that holds true after pit stops. Nereza with a 6-second lead over Lightning as he's having issues getting by Daniel Voiles. So what an interesting race so far, to say the least. Commons, another teammate, in 7th. Cavanero ended up in one of those wrecks. And a reminder that we will look at the extent of the accidents after the race is complete. We are at lap 50. Now it's a matter of time before these drivers elect to come down pit road. A lot of the drivers who have pit for damage have already done so. And as Nereza is stuck behind the 24, Lightning is closing in every lap. It's down to 5.6 last time by. Oh, he actually gained back almost 2/10 that lap. That could be because of the 6 of Flickinger challenging, and right here Nereza will dive to the inside of Voiles. And surprisingly, it's the 24 who's the second highest score. Dillon Young coming down pit road. So as predicted, halfway through the race, here come your green flag pit stops, and we'll see how much damage each driver who stayed out elects to repair. As here comes Nereza down this time. We're going to stay with the 20. because if something happens here on pit road for the 20, it will change the race completely. Into his stall he goes. Flickinger and Lightning come down as well as Fitzwater. Looks like Commons remained on the track. 4 new tires for Nereza. And he is out and away. So no issues for the 20 on pit road. Because if you have issues on pit road here, you get held up. It costs you so much time on the racetrack. So Commons takes the lead temporarily. He'll get to lead a lap. But as you can see, Nereza's already back into the lead right there. So we'll see what the lead extends to here for the 20 team. But he's looking very strong for his first win of the season. Commons right there coming out of pit road. 7.5 second lead over Dale Lightning. Flickinger third, Fitzwater fourth, Baran-Oscus in fifth, followed by Matthew Logan. How about Martin Wild in seventh, Bobo Jones eighth, Commons in ninth, and Hunter Braxton 1 lap down in 10th. We have 45 laps of action remaining. We'll be back. Gonna take a quick break here from Martinsville. We are back here at Martinsville, and the lead has diminished for Nereza, as right now he's getting held up by Jackson King, and he turns the 99, and he's around. Nanako gets contact with the 20. They all keep it straight. Nanako will head down pit road as Nereza pinballed his way around. Left side looks good. Right side's got door damage. The lead's down to 4.3 seconds for Nereza. Does he stay on the track? And it looks like he will. But how much of his performance has been hampered from that incident? We talked about lap cars hurting Nate Rogers in the NRSL series. The same has just happened with Nereza, and he definitely seems to have performance damage. Commons is pushing him out of the way as Lightning gains an entire half second. Several drivers had still had to pit, including Jones and Wild. So that is why the top 10 is different. But big time performance implications. Nereza. Dale Lightning just gained an entire second on him, man. Bad luck strikes for the 20 team. It's just going to be a matter of time until Dale Lightning gets up here. Another full second. There's the 5. Does he have similar problems here with the 99 though? That could be the big thing. If Lightning can't get by the 99 and he gets into him, then that would probably bring up Baran-Oscus, but Lightning will get to the inside of the 99 with ease. The lead's under a second. And Nereza is fuming on the radio clearly. A Toyota driver not getting out of his way. And now Chevrolet is looking to get their 8th win of the season. Lightning right on the bumper of Nereza. He could have passed him into the corner, but he chose not to. He's going to get into him. Contact is made. I don't know if there's a beef between these two, but Lightning rides the quarter panel of Nereza through turns 1 and 2. And in 3 and 4, he takes the lead away. So put Dale Lightning to the race lead here with 31 laps remaining. Baran-Oscus is 3.14 seconds back. In 3rd place, Flickinger 4th. Fitzwater in 5th, Logan 6th, Braxton 7th, Commons 8th, Boyles 9th, and Dillon Young rounds out the top 10. Penny Watson and teammate Peter Onjak 11th and 12th. What a run for those guys. Tremblay 13th, Sorlin 14th, Jones 15th, Wild 16th. Andrew Rich has made it up to 17th, Brighton 18th. Catano 19th, Ellison in 20th, and then there's the rest. Turner, King, Nanako, and Riggs. So Lightning to the top of the board. We'll see how far Nareza falls. Looks like he's about a second off every lap. So it likely maybe not even going to get a top 10 here today. What a turn of events. Will anything bad happen to Lightning now? That's the real question. Reza has already fallen down to where Baran-Oscus runs. What a tough break for Toyota, man, though. That's just crazy. Next week we head to Richmond, our second to last short track, before we head up to Pennsylvania for Nazareth, and then we will not see another short track until after the international tour. Baran-Oscus up to second, as I think there was an issue with Adam Flickinger. He's on pit road. So a possible another failure here, maybe, I think. There's no damage, so I'm going to presume mechanical failure. And that puts Benny Watson in the top 10. As Voiles will go a lap down once again. A lot of those drivers unlapped themselves because of Nareza's damage. And Nareza is in the way a lot, it seems. Matthew Logan will take away third. That right side door damage just really hurting the 20. Definitely some engine problems. He'll fall to fifth. It's a long way back to sixth place. We'll see if he loses so much time that he'll fall out of the top 10. And another camshaft issue here at the racetrack. Onjak sits in 11th. So right there, Onjak just unlapped himself from Nareza. So if the 90 catches the 20 again, that would be for 10th place. So Nareza's just got to find the way to hold on to a top 10 finish. Benny Watson currently in 10th place. As problems for Baran-Oscus, she's got back end damage. And I subconsciously forgot that she is still in second. So this damage has been here, and I am just losing it at this point. She's 3.6 seconds behind Lightning. There's Dillon Young, 9th place. Voiles, 8th place. As Rich was trying to probably close in on some points here today on Young, but 6 positions is a lot better than what it was before. Young was running in 7th and Rich was 22nd, so good rebound for Andrew and his one-car team. We'll see how many more positions they can pick up here before the race is over. He's up to 15th. And he's 2 laps down. He could unlap himself. He's made it up behind the 5. So the 5 is dealing with a lot of traffic right now. We're under 20 to go. 17 this time by. So we're not going to go anywhere. We're going to see this race out to its finish. As Casey Nanako just went 5 laps down. And just again, a general reminder, we will look at the incidents from the beginning of the race giant pile-ups that ensued. But Dale Lightning's looking to be the 4th junior motorsports driver to win this season. That would just leave his teammate Matthew Logan, who's in 3rd, who would have to win a race along with a heat race at that. Logan has not won a heat race or an actual race this season. Lightning has won a heat race but not a main race. 14 to go for Lightning. Running behind teammate Hunter Braxton, who's in 7th. Sky Commons in 6th. As Nareza continuing to run in 5th place, but he's fallen, man. He's getting really close. 22.5 to a 21.9. I mean, this has saved his tires. I mean, these guys are eating up their tires. They're gaining on him less and less each lap. I don't think Nareza will hold on to 5th, but I think a top 10 is at this point solidified, as Lightning will put teammate Hunter Braxton a lap down. At least he's going to try to. And it looks like Braxton will give him enough room, not going to put up a fight. That'll leave 6 cars on the lead lap. Ellison has caught the 93 of Riggs, 2 very damaged race cars side by side. Had a 6th place Sky Commons. These guys are catching the Reza. Lightning in the lead. Bobo Jones has fallen 2 down. That could be another spot for Rich. Benny Watson has made it by Dillon Young for 9th. Fastest lap on the race goes to Rich with a damaged car. So if Rich was not in any incidents, I think he might have had the car to beat. It's going to be Commons or Nareza who gets a 5th place finish here today. 8 laps to go for Dale Lightning. Commons in his destroyed race car. Front end damage, back end damage. No door damage though for the 19 car. How about Fitzwater? We haven't really talked about him much recently in this latter half of the race, but Fitzwater going to come away with a top 5 finish after he almost missed the event. Boyles 8th place, Watson 9th. Those teams, you know, top 10 run here is going to be huge. Six to go as Lightning closes in on Commons and the Reza. Commons will shove it in on turn 3. And Commons will take 5th place away from the Reza. As here comes Dale Lightning, 5 laps to go for the 5 car. Andrew Rich taking away 14th place. Where's the 00 of Zorlin? Oh, he's way up here. So not going to catch, so it looks like Rich will come away with 14th place. Young down to 10th, so definitely going to minimize the points damage between those two. And on 4 to go, Lightning will move to the inside and put the 20 car a lap down, as Watson has passed Voiles for 8th place. And Andrew Rich has made it to the bumper of Dale Lightning. I don't know if he's going to try and get a lap back here or not. This time by will be 2 to go. Braxton was maybe trying to get a 6th away from Nareza, but Jones, who's another lap down more than him, had other plans. And Rich is all over the bumper of his teammate. Be mindful, Rich, that's your teammate and race leader, Dale Lightning, getting the white flag at Martinsville. And it looks like Rich is just going to ride behind the 5. Through 3 and 4 one more time. Chevrolet continuing to win races. Dale Lightning gets his first win of the season here at Martinsville. What a race it was. Baran-Oscus will come home in 2nd. Matthew Logan 3rd, Fitzwater Sr. 4th, Commons 5th, Braxton does get 6th, Nareza 7th, Benny Watson 8th, Voiles 9th, and Dillon Young rounds out your top 10. So that is it here from Martinsville, but before we say goodbye, let's take a look at the incidents that occurred in the first 10 laps of the race. Here's where it all started, ladies and gentlemen. Coming off a turn 4, Mendes sticks his nose under Ellison in a 3-wide situation. And here's where the madness begins. That spins the 11 in the 4 round. Look how close Fitzwater and the Reza were to getting involved in this. Same with Logan. Oskin, but right here, Deaver nowhere to go. Boom! Wild Otts gets clipped. Tringali's involved. Bobo, Jones, Sakuli nowhere to go. Bishop got into this too. And it's on from here. Moore, Turner, Zorlin, Bright, Fernandez, Riggs. Just find your number because you're in it. The pile up begins. And Onjak stopped and he still got 11th out of this race, so that's crazy to look at. And then something happens with the 40 down the road. So let's see where this next incident happens. Okay, it's here on lap number 4. Oh, he blows up right at the start-finish line. And this is just not going to end well for anybody. So he's coming off the corner, and I guess he just didn't have time to get to the bottom. Let's see what he does. Seth Cole is turning Martin Wild at this point, too. Oh, and Wild loses traction and slides up into the 40. That pushes the 40 up right at the exit at the corner, and he's going to lose all power right here. And right here, he's just going to stop. And Gardner has nowhere to go. Can't do anything. Commons gets a piece of it. And then right here, the stack up begins with Dillon Young. Here's Andrew Rich, Cavanero. Braxton piles in. Oskin, Baran-Oscus, Tringali. That plopped Rich up on the wall. There's Sakuli making contact. Here comes Zoe Fernandez. Corey Riggs. Baker, King. It just continues, man. Oh my gosh. Can you believe that Rich was propped up on the wall and he still finished 14th? Ellison's going to get a little piece of this. And I think everyone else made it out. So that is it from me here at... Wait a minute. Oh, Seth Cole, that's right. Seth Cole slams the brakes. And then here comes Benjamin Ice. Bam! Oh, man. Flips the 15 over. Brommer was leading at the time. Look at how he makes it through this. There's the Brezza, there's Lightning, there's Flickinger. They have to stop. They were right behind them. If they had stayed behind the Reza, what a different race that would have been. But that is it for me here from Martinsville. I will see you all at Richmond.